Jill, huge congratulations. We're here at the Legends of Football and you are being recognised. You were already a legend, but now you're officially a legend of football. What does that mean?
It doesn't even seem real, to be honest. I think tonight when I walk into that room, and obviously my family's there, my friends are there, I think it's just great to have a big celebration. So yeah, I feel so lucky to be in this position. As I say, it hasn't sunk in and I don't think it will for a long time, but I just hope that we can raise a lot of money and have a great night.
And to be recognised alongside Gary Lineker. Did you grow up watching him? Are you a fan?
Well, I've got to say yes now, don't I? But yeah, I did. My brother's a massive Newcastle fan and I'm Sunderland, so we've got a split household. But what we used to do was every weekend we'd get together from being a very young girl, him obviously a very young boy, and would watch Match of the Day. So this is really like a full circle moment for me, really. So as I say, it's a massive honour. I obviously know him as a presenter, but what a fantastic footballer he's been for so many years as well. So it's a real honour to be standing alongside him tonight.
And you join a long list of legends who've received this award. Is there someone who had a big impact on you and your career?
Oh, you know what? There's so many. When I look at the list of people that have actually got this award, I feel a bit of imposter syndrome that I'm in there. But I think I travelled from Sunderland last year to come and see Farrah Williams get inducted, and that meant a lot to me because she was a player. Obviously, she retired as England's most capped player, but she was a player that I played alongside for a lot of my England caps. And although she gave us a tough time at first, we became really good friends, and she really showed us the standard of playing for England. So I wanted to say thank you to her, and for me to be here the following night, again, it's a very special moment.
Yeah, well, I think you guys all showed us the standard of English football in 2022. You were such a big part of that team. What's next for the Lionesses? 2 back-to-back Euros. Does it get any better than that?
I know, I was actually with Serena at the weekend. We had a coffee, which again I think shows a bigger picture of being part of the Lionesses. You really are like family. It's not just what you see on the pitch. But yeah, I'm so happy for them. Obviously 2 Euros. Do I believe they can go and win the World Cup? Absolutely. I think you look at players like Leah Williamson, I think that would mean that she's won absolutely everything. And you know what, I want that for them players more than anything because they deserve it. Serena is an absolute legend. The way that she works with the team, drives them every single day, and yeah, why not? Go and get a World Cup and I'll be there watching.
I was about to ask you about Serena, but you've just told me everything about Serena. An absolute legend, wow. And in terms of young, exciting talent, there's so much. But if you had to pick out one English talent at the moment, who would it be?
You know what, it's so difficult. Obviously we're seeing the Grace Clinton and Jess Parks switch, Man City to Man United.
What would you make of that, by the way?
You know what, I thought it was exciting for the game, and I thought it got greeted with a lot of positivity from the fans that were receiving their player, rather than sometimes you get a lot of negativity from the ones that are losing the player. So I think that shows kind of a great understanding of the women's game, and I was happy to see that. But 2 fantastic players. I love watching Grace. Obviously when I played I was a box-to-box midfielder. I probably couldn't even run one length of the pitch now, but I love her determination, her grit, her work in both boxes as well. I think that's so important. So yeah, her, and then obviously you've got the fantastic talent of Lauren James, as I said before, Jess Parks, but so many good players coming through.
And you're not only a legend of football and a Euros winner and MBE, you're also Queen of the Jungle. Now, my question to you is, if you could send anyone into the jungle, player-wise, past or present, who would it be? I want a men's name and a women's name.
You know what my answer's going to be, because I wind them up about it every single week, but Roy Keane has to go in the jungle. And then if you're asking us for a female, you know what, I think I'd say Georgia Stanway. She's up for a challenge, she's up for doing anything, she likes to have a laugh, so I'd put Georgia Stanway in the jungle.
And it'd be an exciting new tattoo for her to get as well, right?
It would, but she'd have to do it herself.
You have to do it herself, for sure. And what's next for Jill Scott? You've already achieved so much, you're still doing so much. Well, what can we expect?
You know what, every week is still so different, so which I love. I think sometimes when you're in the routine of football, you're obviously in a routine of football every single week, but say this week, for example, I know we're going to be recording Stick to Football podcast. I think in a couple of weeks' time I'm off to Greece to coach on a kind of football escapes for young children. So yeah, I love doing everything, and I love how I wake up on a Monday and I'm like, what am I doing this week? And as long as there's work there, I'll be happy.
Amazing. And on the WSL, I have to ask you, because a huge win for City at the weekend. What did you make of that game, and do you think they can knock Chelsea off their perch this season?
Oh, it was so exciting. It was so exciting, and I think it was obviously right at the end that Man City got that goal and seeing the fans celebrating. I remember myself being a player and playing in them games, and it was a great result for them. I think Bunny Shaw is just an absolute driving force. So it's going to be an exciting season. I actually can't call it, but I think that's what's great about the women's game at the minute, that everybody's in with a fighting chance. You've got Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, so who knows? I'm not the expert.
And last one from me. We saw a few now £1 million transfers in women's football. Is that something you ever thought you'd see? How excited does that make you?
No, never. Absolutely never. I was chatting to Kira Walsh the other day, and I think she was 400,000 when she went to Barcelona, and that was absolutely amazing. It was only a few years ago, so to think that figure's now more than doubled. Yeah, I don't know where we're going to be at in the next 20 years, but it's all great. It's fantastic, and these players, I know, probably having them price tags comes with a lot more pressure, but they're definitely performing.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Enjoy your night. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.